When you first start playing Dune Awakening, it can be very tempting to rush to get across the Vermillious Gap, like it's an early game finish line. But trust me, this would be a huge mistake. Because down here in South Hagga, there are some Imperial Permits that can make or break your survival once you hit the gap. In my previous video, I showed you where to find the Hydra Leader John Mark I, Aren's Vengeance, Caliph's Drinker, and the Emperor's Wings Mark I. But there are a few more you're going to want before moving on, so let me show you where to find them. The first one is the Hollower's Stillsuit. Not only does it give you 10 times more armor protection than the Scavenger's Stillsuit, it has 6 times more armor protection than the Karab Stillsuit you'll be able to craft later, so you're going to be using this for a while. Like other Stillsuits, it recycles your body's moisture and stores it in catch pockets that you can access anytime with a quick tap of the F key. It's a little emergency reservoir of water you can tap into anytime your Leader John is empty. To get the Imperial Permits for the Hollower Stillsuit, you're going to need to go to Dew Gap Gateway, which is in the northwestern part of Hagga South, and pry them from the cold, dead hands of a group of inbred scavengers known as the Holloway Clan. There are usually 7 or 8 of them, and they usually hang out up on the roof. So if you're doing this solo, you might want to stay on the second floor and try to take them out one at a time. Otherwise, if you go straight to the roof, they're all going to gang up on you. Once you've cleared them all out, you'll see the Constellation chest with an Imperial Permit inside. But like most good gear in Dune Awakening, the pieces are spread across multiple loot cycles. To get the full set of the hood, chest, gloves, and shoes, you'll have to return multiple times. Your odds will be better if you can get friends to return with you, because each of you will get your own permit and you can trade duplicates. Stillsuits are ideal when you're out in the open, building bases, gathering intel, or searching for treasure. But for combat, you're going to need actual armor. So now I'm going to show you how to get Aren's light armor. In a previous video, I showed you how to get Aren's Vengeance, the burst rifle, and you probably remember Aren was the disgraced Karab warlord who fled to the south to live amongst the scavengers. I say was because eventually the Karab had enough of his nonsense, and they sent a squad south and took him out. And just north of the shipwreck in South Hagga, there's a rock formation with a scavenger camp out front. And if you look on the rocks behind the camp, you'll see white lines leading you up to Aren's crashed ornithopter. Next to it is a Constellation chest, and inside the chest you'll find an Imperial Permit for 1 piece of Aren's light armor. You'll have to come back multiple times to get the full set of the mask, chest, legs, gloves, and shoes. But it's much better than the scavenger armor most players are still wearing at this stage, and has even better dart protection than the Karab light armor you can craft later in the gap. To craft both a Hollower Stillsuit and Aren's light armor, you're going to need Spice-Infused copper dust. And there are 2 places in Lower Hagga I like to go get it. One is right next door to Aren's crashed ornithopter, at the shipwreck. In the final room, there's a Constellation chest where you'll get 8 pieces. The other is just across the sand to the southwest, at the Broken Stone Station, where you get the Imperial Permit for Aren's Vengeance. And you'll get 6 more pieces of Spice-Infused copper dust there. So each time you go back to Dew Gap Gateway or Aren's crashed ornithopter, trying to get an Imperial Permit for another piece, make sure you cycle through both the shipwreck and Broken Stone Station to pick up the Spice-Infused copper. Now you're almost ready to make it across to the Vermillious Gap, but there's one more thing you absolutely have to have. Mohandi's Sandbike engine Mark I. The top speed of a regular Mark I Sandbike engine is 70 kilometers an hour, but Mohandi's engine will get you up to 93, and you'll get to add a booster later that will put you well over 100. So don't miss out on this Imperial Permit. To get it, you'll need to visit Keyhole Rock, which is right next to the first Trial of Akal. Once you clear out all the scavengers holed up there, you'll find the Constellation chest in a room on the 2nd floor. In it will either be Sim's cutter or Mohandi's engine, so you might have to come back if you don't get it the first time. But once you get it, slap that bad boy on your Sandbike and you're good to go. When you're crossing large stretches of the desert, you'll be leaving the worm in your dust. I hope this has been helpful. If so, please comment, like, and subscribe, and join my Discord. Thanks everyone. I'll see you out there under the scorching sun of Arctis.